Welcome back to the Hammerdown Festival YouTube channel. We're back for another interview. This time we've got Sam from the amazing second stage headliners Raised by Owls. How are you, Sam?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. My understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, this will be your first time playing in the lovely city of Brighton. Is that correct?
That is 100% correct. Very excited to come down to Brighton for our debut. I don't know how we've never been booked. We've never come down to Brighton, so we're very excited and we've heard a lot of great things. So
All right.
it's gonna be a good show.
So have you done other places on the south coast? Have you sort of skittered about us a bit, or?
We've done we have done others. We've done like Southampton. We've done Bournemouth. The furthest down, I think my geography's terrible. I failed geography at school. We've done Plymouth and things like that, but yeah, not extensively. We've not really done a lot on the coast, to be honest.
Okay, nice.
Um,
Well,
so
hopefully we're a good audience for you. So, I want to drill into some of the songs because, well, first of all, the thing that stands out to me immediately is all of your wonderful song titles.
thank you.
Sam, I'm just going to read my favourite three out to you. The dark
Okay,
and
cool.
twisted realm in which Fred Durst resides. Ainsley Harriott advises you to give your meat a good old rub, and of course the classic "I'm sorry I wore my dying fetus shirt to your baby shower." No,
Gender
gender reveal
gender reveal
party.
party. Yeah, that's it.
The one. So, who comes up with these concepts, and like then how do you go about writing the music based on that?
So I come up with the song titles. So basically, what my job is, I don't touch the music. I don't like the guys will write the music.
Yeah,
Lee writes a big chunk of the music, but the rest of the guys they also write as well. In terms of like the music videos, not the yeah, the music videos, the online sketches, and the song titles and lyrics. That's kind of my domain. And it's weird. Sometimes I'll have like an idea for a song. I'll be like, okay, I want to write a song about this thing. But sometimes it's as literally as easy as like a pun. I'll like come up with a pun and then be like, okay, I'll write a song around this. That sounds like a funny song title, so I'll craft something around that. So
that was going to be a question. What comes first? Like, is there a song first, or does it? So it often spawns
it's
from a lyric
mixed.
or title.
It can do, yeah. So yeah, I think the Dying Fetus one was an interesting one. The Dying Fetus one was I came up with that title first, and then I was like, well, what actually is that about? And then I thought it came from me thinking of the most awkward place to wear a metal shirt, and like what
Yeah.
would be the most awkward one, and that was what I thought of. So then I thought, well, the rest of the song will just be about that kind of social faux pas of wearing a horrible metal shirt to public events, and then the video became that as well. And yeah, so it's a mix sometimes. I mean, like it can be as easy as the dark and twisted realm that Fred Durst resides. The title came last in that, but I literally was just watching Stranger Things whilst drunk, and I thought, imagine if Fred Durst was Vecna. So that was it. I was like, all
Brilliant.
right, I'll just write. Oh, that's a song. There we are.
Yeah, of course, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah. But
So
that, I mean, that going back to the Dying Fetus one, that's sort of the song that catapulted things, wasn't it? Because they shared the tune, didn't they, on their page? I remember seeing that and going, "This is so cool." The
yeah, it
video was
was
so fun.
that was kind of we'd been away for like I don't know, we'd not done an album for 4 or 5 years. There was a big COVID shaped gap in the middle where we'd done loads of
Yeah.
like online skits and stuff, but we'd not really done much music. And we were like, okay, we kind of need to. This is like a relaunch. So we opened with that one. We wanted to go in guns blazing, and yeah, like you say, it just really kind of catapulted us. Dime Theatre saw it, they shared it. We ended up supporting them in London. I think because of it, it's just crazy. It's just the power of the internet and the power of
Wow.
meme culture.
That's amazing. I didn't realize you'd support them as well because they are probably slightly less intentionally than you guys. Like there was that thing for years to try and get them to play Download on the main stage, and eventually they
Oh
did it.
yeah,
Do you remember? And everyone was like,
yeah.
"This is the greatest thing ever."
They're
Yeah.
super. They're super cool guys. They obviously spoke to us about the video when we supported them, and they were really cool about it. It felt like we were getting called into the headmaster's office to be told off. I was like, "Oh, are we are we here to be bollocked?" And they were lovely, and they were like, asking if it was my mum in the video and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, I remember the download campaign as well. Why not dying? Hashtag why not dying fears.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
they opened the main stage, and it was awesome.
Yeah. So with that video, was it you that came up with all of the different skits? Because there's the cow decapitation and there's like I think there was a goat top in there, right? And then
Yeah, yeah.
and
So I kind of for a lot of the music videos, a lot of the skits, I'll write them up. I write a lot of them up as screenplays, and I wrote that up. I can't remember if there was some that were on the fly that where we were like, because sometimes when we're actually filming, we'll think of something there and then
mm,
it'll become a thing. But a lot of it was pre-planned, and it ended up being like a really. It was all filmed ourselves. Like we didn't have like a team. We didn't have a team or anything. We didn't hire anyone or pay any money like other than what we paid ourselves. But we filmed the video ourselves, and it took in total 10 days. Like
hey,
it doesn't look like it'd take that long, but just like bits and pieces because we were in the middle of winter as well, and like there's the bit with the priest where I'm wearing the Cradle of Filth
yes,
t-shirt,
yes.
and that was the one of the coldest days ever. We had to keep getting into Lee's car and have the the heater on full blast. So we were like doing bits and bobs. So like each little skit within it was like a different day filming. Um, but
Have you
it turned out all right in the end.
have you come up with any since that? Because there was 4 or 5 different bits. There was the Cradle of Filth one, the Captain Decapitation one, obviously the title of the song. Are there
Yeah,
others that you've come up with since that you got, oh, we could have put that in there? Because there's so many puns you could do with horrific,
yeah,
aggressive band names.
yeah. A couple have come to me, but I'm like, I've never thought of doing them. But one of the nicest things is people come to the merch desk or come up to us at shows and will tell us ones that they've come up with,
Oh, I
and they're
love
like, oh, I've got one, and then they'll
Yes,
do that, and it's that's really nice. Like people are
that's
thinking
cool.
about it. Yeah,
That's really, really cool. Nice. I want to chat about the live show because particularly at Bloodstock. I mean, I've watched that set. I think it's one of the coolest sets I've ever watched in my life. It's just awesome.
thank you, man.
I
Thank
mean,
you, man.
there's Ainsley Harriott on the back. There's Mr. Blobby knocking about.
Yeah,
Obviously, Mum, crucial
yeah.
band. So, my question is, when you're doing shows that aren't Bloodstock, loads of space, main stage, like, what do you do on the smaller shows? Like, for example, Dust. It's a 200 capacity venue, and as cool as it is, it's obviously a lot smaller stage, and you're probably not going to fit all of that on there. So, like,
No, so we try and make it we recognize like typically our shows are quite intimate. They're not like big venues. We're not playing
right,
like the academies or anything like that. Like the 150 to 200 cap venues at the moment is where we're at,
yeah,
and occasionally we'll get these cool opportunities to play big festivals, and that's also a lot of fun as well. But we kind of we adapt, and we make it, we kind of recognize that it's intimate, so we get the crowd involved a lot more.
yeah, yeah,
There's more
nice.
room to like involve the crowd. So we have what we've been doing all this year and a lot of last year, and what we'll be doing at Hammerdown as well is we do a game show in the middle of the set, and it's like linked with our songs. It's like linked with the set. Like we play songs, but like the crowd interact and they can win prizes. And there's loads of shit like that. We still have characters come out, so even though like it's small rooms, Mr. Blobby's still there. We've got a couple of new characters coming out as
Oh,
well.
new
So
characters.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like I don't know where that goes. It kind of feels like it could sprawl out of control, and we've got like vans and vans worth of stuff. But yeah,
It could end up like a Harry Hill TV set where they've just got 9 recurring characters that just turn
yeah,
up all the time. Like, yeah, you're right.
yeah, massively. But yeah, we try and just keep it engaging. Like we realize that like 45 minutes to an hour of like screaming death metal can be a bit taxing for a lot of people. Even if you're into it, you can kind of be like, okay, I'm a bit over this.
Right.
So we try and just kind of, nice crowd bits where the crowd get on stage with us and join in and stuff like that. Yeah. And then plenty of stuff to keep people occupied
I'm
whilst we're
very
playing.
excited. Brilliant. Okay, cool. I want to ask, well, I've got 2 more questions. Number one, most importantly, I suppose, how is Mum?
She's grand. Thank you for asking. Yeah, she's so I work from home. And when I say I work from home, I work from my mum's house, which is rock and roll. But my old bedroom is now my office because I live in the same town still. And I realized during COVID when I worked from home, like my bedroom being my office was just maddening.
I've done it. Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it sounds quite trivial in terms of a problem, but it is like having that disconnect. You just want somewhere to. It's nice having a place to go to work and going home. So I work at mum's house now, so I see her every day because she lives on her own. So it's nice to see her every day. I see the dog, and she's good. She's very good. So thank you for
Good.
asking.
That's what we like to hear. And so how did Mum get involved? Like, how does that even begin in the first place? And she must be
Um,
very supportive, I'm guessing, because she's involved in so much of what you guys do.
Yeah, she's always been very supportive. She's been I've got a great relationship with my mum. Like I love my mum a lot, and like again, sounds so cool and rock and roll, but I genuinely hang out with my mum quite a bit, and she's been very supportive. She hates the music. She absolutely fucking hates. She's like, this is an absolute like I do not get it at all. But she's very happy and she's very supportive, and she had the best time ever at Bloodstock, and she tells people relentlessly how cool Bloodstock was. Um,
Oh, I love that. That's brilliant.
yeah, like genuinely, it was like she couldn't stop talking about it for even now. She still talks about it, which is lovely.
Cool, man. That's really
But
cool.
we got her in a music video quite early on. I don't know. She was just kind of like a natural. And then when we started doing the skits, we were like, well, surely there's more we can do with my mum. So I started thinking of ideas, and then we literally just set up the camera and tell her what to say from behind the camera, and she says it. She's just like no filter, nothing. She just doesn't know what any of it means, doesn't get the references, just says it, and then people online are like, oh, she's brilliant, and it's like she doesn't have a clue. She's like Bloodstock was the first time she kind of I think noticed that people resonated with what we'd done with her as
Right.
that because before that I don't really think she understood that like one of like a couple of her videos had done really well online like a lot she doesn't really like if I say oh you're doing numbers on Instagram mom she'll be like what the fuck what does that
What are you
mean
saying, man?
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
But
Oh, cool.
Bloodstock made I think the penny dropped at Bloodstock and she was like all right people like that okay that's cool so
Yeah. Well, that's
um,
what you've created, man. That's wicked. That's so cool. I've got one more question for you. We've been asking all the bands this. If you were to build the ultimate festival bill that Raised by Owls would appear alongside, I want you to give me six bands that you would love to play with in your ideal festival.
Oh man, that is a good question. This is like one of those questions where I'll answer you. I'll give you six now because I'm on the spot, and then like later tonight, I'm gonna be like, oh God, I should have said that.
Yeah, you'll
Um,
text me a completely different six.
yeah, yeah. Like I'm trying to think of some Monsters of Rock Day. I mean, are we on it as well?
Yes, yes, absolutely. So,
So
you
we're
play
not one of the
alongside them.
six.
You're not one of the six, six more.
So the Black Dahlia Murder are a huge influence to me. So I'd want to see them. They broke up a few years ago, but Every Time I Die were one of my favorite bands as well. So I've got to say them.
Nice.
Probably Converge. Converge would be amazing. And so that's three. And then there's like three more. And I could do three metal. I've done hardcore and metal, and I think like there's loads of non-metal stuff that I'd like. There must be someone huge I'm missing. Like again, I'm gonna just really kick myself after this. I'm like kind of speaking out loud. So I think Black Dahlia, Every Time I Die, and Converge are definite.
Yeah.
Like they're locked in. And then I'm thinking the upper three. Queens of the Stone Age doing songs for the deaf in full. Like I'm doing album sets now. I'm doing album sets.
I love that.
Um, and it's like Dead or Alive as well. Like I could just pick someone.
Anyone. Bloody anyone, mate.
This is a hard question, man. Have you had anyone deliberate this much?
Uh, about this much. If you took a few seconds longer, it would be the most.
Right. Okay. Okay. I'm literally drawing a blank there. That's the problem. Alice in Chains with Lane. So Alice in Chains doing Dirt. The Prodigy with Keith Flint doing Fat of the Land in full.
Okay. So your six bands: Queens of the Stone Age, Alice in Chains, The Prodigy, Converge, Every Time I Die, and Black Dahlia Murder.
Yeah. Let's lock that in.
That is a
Um,
sick festival bill. With, of course,
because that's a good day at a festival, right? And
that
there
is a
those
great day.
those albums, like early on, you've got a bit of death metal, you've got a bit of hardcore, you've got a bit of fast stuff, and then in the evening you have a few beers, songs for the deaf in full, Dirt in full, and then Fat of the Land to finish your night out. You fully crescend off into space.
Fantastic. What a lovely sentiment. That's brilliant. Sam,
You know what I'm going to do on stage at Hammerdown is I'm going to like have revamped this and talk about this at length. I'm going to do like most of our headline set is me going, I got it wrong. I didn't think of these guys. I didn't think of this. I didn't think of this.
well, I'll be there, man. I'll be ready
Yeah,
for it. I'll be ready for it. Mate, thank you so much for joining me. Really, really appreciate it. And for
no problem.
everybody who hasn't yet got their tickets, get your tickets now. It is basically payday whenever this interview drops, probably around payday. Come to Hammerdown Festival and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thanks, Sam.
See you later. Have a good one.